I'd like to announce a few things first before we start lecture. As you see from the front screen here, we have this content and assignment discussions, quiz, roster, grades, class progress, course tools. But you're mainly you gonna use content, assignment, discussions, maybe grade later. So each assignment will be graded in the end of each project. I decided that way because I'm going to give you guys much more chances to revise your design slide and your model based on my comments and by the feedback. So first you finished your first assignment and you're going to see your feedback from this link. I made a Google Drive including each one of your comment, as you see from here. The box, I specifically located certain comment in the certain locations, so you'll find that might be very helpful. Important thing is, based on my comment, I hope you guys revise your design slide, each assignment PDF files, so that you can get the better grade. So that's about the assignment. And number 2 will be the meetings. Some of you living in New York City area or campus area, you can always visit me every Monday when it's not holidays. Monday morning 9:30 to 12 at A building basement. The room number is AC08. I'm going to write down this in the notification announcement, and you will find that location easily. And some of you are living outside of country, outside of the New York State, city. You can always make an appointment with me for virtual meetings by using Google Meet. I know some of you are having hard time of working and finishing up your assignment, so I can do the live demo workshop with you while doing our virtual meetings. So please keep that in mind. I'm always open to meet you guys, and I'm always open to give you guys a feedback. I don't know anyone already checked my comment on the discussion forum. Here I'm trying to give you guys the each responses here, so I'll give you guys more responses. And this was the week 1 and first project reflection. I also made another forum called week 2 reflection. Please share your sketches and ideas. Please upload your ideas and sketches so we can give you comment, including myself and including the classmates. Move on to actually going back to the meeting. So please do not hesitate to contact me to set up the appointment for meetings. It's always best, communicate directly, so I can find your challenges and difficulties and then seek for the solutions together. Without knowing your opinion, your ideas, your difficulties, I cannot really help you. By email communication, there are much more difficulties, so I prefer to meet you guys in person or virtually. So today's lecture will include, number 1 will be the sketching method, and number 2 will be scale drawing. But I know some of you having hard time of making page layout. Let me go on. The first assignment, the slide was, looking very good. I can say that you guys have great design senses and abilities. I actually surprised some of you are having really great layout senses on the page layout. But I'm going to give you guys a demonstration of the making page layout from InDesign. I'm not sure if I can do this in this week, or maybe I'll give you guys the find a different time for showing the InDesign page layout making demonstration. Since the next Monday is Yom Kippur holiday, I'm following the same schedule as the in-person class. We may not have a full lecture, but hopefully I can give you guys the short demonstration of InDesign page layout making. So hope you guys check this assignment 3. I'm going to give you full demonstration in the next clip. And thank you for checking week 3 lecture. So today we'll continue to learn about sketching and inspiration. So mostly I'm going to show you how to draw the scale drawing and introducing the drawing styles. From this presentation file, you will find a little different or a little difficult vocabulary of perspective drawings, but you don't have to use it for your design slide, but it will be very professional if you use that terms. So types of sketches, there are few components. There are probably many more, but you're gonna learn those from this slide. Isometric sketch has the certain degree angled of perspectives, and isometric elevation. Elevation means it's a flat 2D drawing. It shows only front or left or right or bottom, doesn't show the depth of the object. Axonometric is 45-degree sketch. Perspective drawing we learned from last lecture in demonstration. It has a vanishing point. Elevation is, I said, front view sketch. It's only very flat. We're gonna learn from the sample drawings. So isometric samples here, it's could be any axis depending on 30-degree or 60-degree. It could be rotated left or right, or upside down, so it shows the different angles of the object. Elevation, you're going to use this method for your scale drawing, so it only shows the front and left and right, doesn't show the much of a perspective, but still you can make your model based on this elevation drawing. Perspective drawing here, as you see, these drawn on the grid paper, but it doesn't necessarily have accurate dimensions because the perspective doesn't have the accurate standard point. But you can always include the dimensions, as you see from this sample drawing. By adding human model in front of the object and fixture, people could envision the actual size of your fixture and object. You can also use a color pencil or thicker Sharpies to make the outline thicker. These are more realistic drawing I'm looking from your assignment. This a student made a opening ceremony brands the display fixture by using these three different sizes of the hollow boxes. As you see, this person used just front elevation first and then gave little depth in the same angle, same perspective. So this could be functional as a scale drawing. Even though this is in perspective shape, doesn't have accurate dimension on the depth, but it can still be functional by putting the dimensions. So starting with your hand drawing, freehand drawing sketch, as long as you use the grid paper, you can easily make the scale drawing out of your freehand drawing. The one scale will be 1 inch or half an inch. It's based on your the size and dimension and scales. You can set one square as half an inch or 1 inch or 2 inch, 1 foot. So grid paper is very useful for any kind of scale. If you're making really large size of like a building, architecture, anything like that, and this scale might have a bigger scale, like 10 foot, 100 foot, 100 feet, yeah, you name it. Move on to the computerized or digitized version of scale drawing. Based on your hand drawing sketch on top of grid paper, you're going to make clean technical drawing from Illustrator or CAD program. Anything required, anything has this dimensioner function. This student started with the grid paper and pencil. As you see from here, the one square from the grid is 1 inch. You will see that from the measurement drawn from the Illustrator. This is much cleaner version. So before you move on to the computer screen for your drawing, start with the pencil on the grid and start draw, and you can at least get the measurement from your grid line. Anyone having hard time with the scale drawing and making the clean drawing from your grid paper and pencil, you are allowed to do that from computer, but you still have to have hand-drawn sketches in your drawing pages. So in order to make a scale drawing, I started from my idea sketches. See, more here and more there. And by using my final ideas with the approximate the sizes of my fixture, and I'm going to use this grid paper to make the scale drawing. So start with the one line. It's about half an inch. I'm using the ruler because the fixture shape is polygon shape, which doesn't really require the grid line especially for this side lines. So I'm going to use the ruler. So half an inch, half an inch, half an inch, an inch. Make every side as the same length. So it may not be perfectly aligned, so I may need a few lines. I'm going to show you how I drew my fixture scale drawing. So connect the lines and see how those lines aligned. the polygon made out of you know, 6 same length of the line. So goes down here, goes down here. Some of you not having these difficult shapes, so I'm not going to ask you guys to do the complicated drawing, so yours gonna be much simpler. So because of this approximate angle, I made a slight line by my free hand first. And if your free hand works fine for the clean drawing, you can just use free hand drawing too. You can also use the ruler. I'm going to make another polygon. It's the same length of all 6 lines. And same as this, it's totally mirrored angle. And this line aligns to the top line. This line aligns to the top line. And then also the other side of line should be reversed, mirrored. So I'm going to give the approximate angle as my thin line. And this is fixture 1 and front. For the side elevation, I can do left and right. So by using your front elevation, you're gonna draw the line to show the height of this fixture. So by using all these angled lines, I'm going to draw all component. Continue. We're making the left side. So left side is pretty simple. It just shows the thickness of this fixture. If I do that as a perspective, drawing, this will have a, inside thickness show. So that's what I'm drawing here. So as I did some measurement by using the grid, it's about like a 2.5 from the grid. I'm not sure my actual fixture size yet. I'm just using this grid square as my guide. So 2.5 square used in this drawing. So I guess my the fixture thickness will be 1. So by using this 1 unit from the grid, I'm going to draw. But it has all this angled side, so I'm going to make a line for showing this all angled line. This is the side. So if you wanna make an outline, use your thicker pen to show it needs to be dried out a little bit. So that's side elevation. And as you assume that this is left side, but right side might be the same. So you don't have to redone the right side if your fixture have very simple shape. But if you're adding, let's say, little smaller component here, which is extruded from your original fixture, then this might adding to your left side elevation. So it goes here. I'm adding approximate like half inch from this grid. So I am adding this thickness to the left side elevation view. That's how things working. And right side might be, of course, same as this, but it might be reversed. Like this. Left and right side. So this is front. And these are the side. Let's say you're making a box with a smaller box fixture. This is your front. Your logo. And I'm going to draw guidelines for each modular angled. So I'm drawing the left side view of this fixture. So let's say this box you're going to give like a 3-inch dip. This smaller top box is maybe 1.5 inch. I made cut in short. So you gave a 1.5 inch dip box, so I drew 1.5 dip and a 3-inch dip box, and I made 3-inch line here and continue all this line. So important thing is you have this all guide continued from your front elevation. So you can also use those guide for the right side elevation. So same, the dip 1.5, 3-inch dip. So you made the front of these two boxes stacked fixture. You can also determine how you're gonna locate the top part of your fixture. You can move this box to a little bit of in the middle, or front. As long as you keep your measurement correct, you can modify your drawing without losing accuracy. So the reason why we're doing this elevation is determine your fixture in scale first, and the location and exact measurement, so that this could be made in actual model. So hope this helps for your elevation drawing. And anyone wish to do the perspective drawing, you can definitely do that from your freehand sketch. Or if anyone not wish to do that, that's fine. I'll just take this elevation as your sketch assignment. Elevation drawing might need many freehand sketches. You can do like 3-inch. I'm sorry, this is actually 4-inch tall, 3-inch deep, 4-inch width, and this top cube is 1.5 inch deep, and this is 2-inch width, 2-inch tall. So based on your elevation, you can give measurement to your perspective drawing. As you see, this perspective drawing is not accurately on the measurement. So you got to have elevation and perspective as second, supporting drawing for your model making. Here, some of you having hard time of following the demonstration video of making scale drawing, so I'm giving a little break here. I recently found this great website for your inspiration. The website name is shopdropdaily.com. So it shows mostly the store designs, store interior, merchandising campaigns, pop-up and show windows campaigns. You're gonna find really great inspiration from this website by doing your project. So for now, we're doing a small scale version of store design, which is a fixture design. But for the next project, we're going to do a little bigger setting, like pop-up stores or campaigns, or more brand collaboration event. So you might find this website is very useful for your inspiration. So this one caught my eye today. Marc Jacobs currently made an installation in New York City by using their signature tote bag. So between those two buildings in Ludlow Street, there probably one building is under construction, so they're taking the chance for using their pop-up installation. So this is a very narrative style of installation. By using their signature tote bag, it's blown up to the big scale, like small building size. This material might be this PVC printed graphics with the balloon shaped version of the front and fixtures and installations. As you see, the human scale compared to this installation size. They're very detail oriented. You see this sewing line is printed, and the leather like textures also printed. This makes a really great opportunity of merchandising and marketing, or Instagrammable opportunity for some of the Instagram influencers. This is very fun. I hope you guys get more inspiration from other pages. Show you how to make technical drawing from Illustrator. My honeycomb shapes made out of the few hexagon shaped motif. This will be hollow. It could be covered or closed by the back, depending on my uses. So first of all, I'm going to use this toolbox polygon tool, click, and hexagon made out of 6 same length of lines. So click OK. This is just roughly measured. It's not necessarily same. It's actually same, but I'm going to do the smaller scale first to move on to the bigger actual functional size. So I made one simple shape first and move on to the bigger size, and based on my approximate measurement, I'm going to make this opening as 8-inch tall. You can use your guide from window and ruler, but I simply use this rectangular tool as my guide. I can easily adjust and move around, so I use this tool for my guide very conveniently. So rectangular tool, click, and I'm going to make 8-inch tall rectangular shape. So this will be my 100% scale of hexagon shaped shelving unit. So this will be too big, so let me cut it down to 50%, which will be 4-inch tall. My depth of the shelving will be 2.5 inch deep. So based on my 50% scale, I'm going to make this size. So let me cut it down to 4-inch rectangular as a guide. And take this rough shape here, and by clicking Shift key and drag your shape. So my guide says it's correct. So I made 50% scaled my shelving opening here, and now I'm going to determine the thickness of shelving. So as you see, notice it has a thickness. Either MDF or reclaimed wood or foam core, all three-dimensional fixture have a thickness. Otherwise, it can be supportive itself. If you are using some metal, aluminum, glass, they're all different thickness. So in order to make the thickness and the smaller outline of the inner shape, I'm going to use polygon tool, or I'm going to simply copy and drag here. And again, by using my rectangular tool, I'm going to make the 0.25 thickness, which will make half an inch thick MDF box. So this might be still thick. I'm going to use transform tool and scale down to 50%. So now I made guide for 1/4 of an inch thick the box guide. So this, as you see, I'm going to make my inner side of the hexagon. Now, so I made the box, everything centered and 1/4 of an inch thick. So this is my technical drawing of honeycomb shape shelving unit. So to make it more rare, I'm going to place one product. From my research, that the face cream jar size was the 3.5 inch tall. So let me make sure if this is 3.5 inch. It's not. So again, I'm going to use my rectangular tool as an instant guide. I'm going to set as 3.5 rectangle. I need to change the outline to see the lines. I'm going to make this product as 100% scale first, and then make it a 50% scale later. That way I don't have to calculate much. So image size you're seeing from this Illustrator toolbox, it shows 1.9. It's not accurate to the actual object image from this entire image. So let me enlarge this image, fit into my template 3.5. Doesn't have to be much accurate because the product image was taken in perspective form, so it may not be accurate with the measurement. But I did make it as a 3.5 inch tall, roughly. So this is 100% size of that product. So now I'm going to scale it down to 50%. And the product fit into my shelf comfortably. So this is 50% scale front elevation. Now, in order to make this as a three-dimensional model, either sketch model or final model, I need technical template for this hexagon box. Hexagon box made out of same same width and height of rectangular, 6 of them here. So let me take the rectangle tool again, and starting from the edge to the corner, and made it rectangular instantly. So now I made the width of this one side of the hexagon. What I'm doing now is I'm going to make this hexagon shelf in a three-dimensional shape. In order to make that three-dimensional shape, I need template to make that. So 2.5 inch deep is 50% scaled version. In a real life, it was actually 5 inch. So I'm going to change the height of my rectangular, which is one side of my hexagon box. So 2.5 inch. So this is one side of my hexagon box, as you see here. Week 3 for assignment. So this time it's a little different from the past. We're going to do 2 components in a one assignment in 2 weeks. So the due date is October 2nd. There are 2 components within this one assignment. Number 1 is prototyping. Number 2 is scale drawing. Prototyping is sketchy model making by using your easy access materials such as foam core, mat board, Bristol board, cardboard, styrofoam, anything you can easily handle. You can make this rough sketch model. This is not the final model, so easy on this. And as you see from my description, you're going to make 2 or 3 rough sketching mock-ups. So if you have only one idea, then you can make different size of scale model, or make a slight different shapes. If you have 2 different brands and 2 different ideas, 3 different ideas, it's okay. You can make as many as you want. So take photos of materials and process of making. So whenever you are making your model, don't forget to take photos of the process. It will be included in your design slide. Take photos of your final sketching model from different angles. The final means not the final model. It's a final of a sketching model. So once you're done making sketching model, and take photos from different angle to show the different perspectives. So place the image onto an 11 by 7 inch page format and add description of each design, intentions, approach, method, and difficulties, challenges, 2 pages minimum. And prototype analysis by considering those 3 aspects. You're going to write down your the design, ability to define the brand personality, provide a customized look for brand, differentiate a brand from competition. So you can say my design is different from the competitor, this brand, because of this design aspect and material. And customized look for brand might be defined by your material and design shape. And of course the brand personality will be included by using the logos and colors and their signature graphics. So these 3 will be considered when you're making your sketch model and scale drawing and writing the description of your prototype analysis. So number 2 will be scale drawing. As you've seen from my demonstration, draw the elevation, which means the front and side, including the measurement. So perspective drawing could be optional, but I strongly recommend you do this perspective drawing. As I mentioned from my demonstration video, the perspective drawing doesn't have to have exact dimensions. I mean, within the exact scale. In order to make it more realistic, you can give a little bit of shadings or colors, thicker pencil line. It's up to your design style and your drawing style. So combine those 2 should be in one PDF file. 11 by 17 inch wide document and upload to the assignment menu. And you can also click, and sample works are here. As you see, this person used the cardboard or UPS brand and use the Illustrator. You know, if you don't have much hand drawing skill for perspective drawing, you can use three-dimensional tool from Illustrator. If you are not familiar with that tool, you can watch the short YouTube video I'm going to upload in the Brightspace, and you can watch it. And there are many samples. You can see these are all sketchy models that are not final models. As you see, it's not the finished shape. Scale drawing might be a little challenge to somebody, but as I said, if you're not comfortable with the hand drawing, you can use a computer, especially Adobe Illustrator. You can draw the clean lines as I shown from my demonstration video. And again, anyone wish to make the revisions of assignment number 1, please add that assignment 1 on top of your assignment 2nd or assignment 3, because in the end of this project, within few weeks, you're going to make the design presentation slide combined of all these assignment components. Hope you guys have fun with this. So feedback section for your assignment. This won't be applied to everybody in this class because of the limited time, and some of you may having hard time of listening and watching my videos. So let me do it very short way. I'm going to pick two or three students assignment and give you guys virtual feedback, but your feedback will be found from the link in the feedback section. So if you have any question or your ideas or revisions, please email me so we can discuss further. So this slide done by Jimena Ramos. Thank you for doing this. And I was my first impression of this first page was, oh, maybe he's doing the same Patagonia brand, that clothing outdoor brand, but it was not. It was a little surprising. I never knew Patagonia has different line of products, which is food. It's very nice research. But first page shows a little bit historical aspect of the Patagonia brand. I don't know, this image is taken long time ago in the old time period. I don't know if this image was used in one of their advertisement campaign, but I hope this aligned to your product line. Move on to the second page. Jimena did silhouetted all the images to be embedded onto this page layout. I think quite, this layout is interesting because when you're looking at the magazines, it draws our eyes and attentions more when the images cut and silhouetted, embedded onto the page nicely. I want to recommend you guys use this method more. You can easily apply this skill to any other editorial design, layout, or packaging, or graphic design, many more settings. As I left some comments on his feedback section, this is really well done. I know that it takes time, but I can give you guys a link and a tool that you can silhouette the product images easily. You don't have to use your pen tool to mask and silhouette each individual object to be embedded onto this page. I strongly recommend you guys doing this method more often. This page layout done really nicely. The one thing I want to comment on this design slide will be the typography. I'm not sure why Jimena picked this typeface for this design slide. Doesn't really align to the Patagonia font, as you see, or the product line. But again, you always have chances to revise, and I don't find that it's very competing with the Patagonia logo. Both of them are in a serif style, so I would just leave it at that. By making the font size smaller, you can make this page looks more professional. Now it looks a bit big on side, but I like this highlighted line of the title. And as you see, when you're showing the graph or stats or surveys, it's always great to give another supportive image next to it. Both of them are working and supporting the research nicely. And sources, the citations are on the last page, which is very professional. Oh, he went on really many websites to research this. Thank you for doing this. I'm glad that you did a great job on this first assignment. Again, only thing I want to comment on this Jimena's design slide will be putting the logo on the front page of your design presentation might be very helpful. But color-wise, Jimena used the similar color palette from this first page images. The pale green or minty color, and then pale lilac color, purple, white background, or pastel tone color palettes came from this first page, but that not really competing with the product packaging design colors, which is a great choice. Overall, it's well done research pages, but again, the typography could be done better, and it will make the perfect design slide. Move on to someone else's. Okay, this Balenciaga brand is the I don't find your name here on your design slide, so please add your name on here so I can find that easily. I can find it from your file name, but not from your design slide. Please add your name on the design slide somewhere. So using the Balenciaga brand story, strategies, mission, and target audience demographics and design styles, it's very minimalistic style and color palette. By using this same size of the image framed, but again, minimalistic could be good or bad. I find this page layout seems a little bit mundane. I would make some types in a different size or different thickness. So make the hierarchy of your research paragraph. Inspiration page could also be more rich by using more images, because Balenciaga uses very contemporary style of design styles. So it could be the social media pages, or it could be pop-up event, or it could be the display fixtures. I don't find many reference images from your design slide. So please add more content into your design research for your next or final design presentation slide. So it'll be very useful for your grade. Next, move on to Kyle's Acne Studio. I'm gonna make this a little smaller. So Acne Studio is also another contemporary fashion brand. Balenciaga has much more history and more traditional brand, but now they rebranded as a very contemporary style. But Acne Studio is a pretty newish brand into the fashion industry. So Kyle used this similar typeface from the logo font. I find that this might be a little competing each other, or it could be okay. I cannot really tell if it's really effective. But overall, the color and typeface looks great, a contemporary look in the first page. What I'm gonna do is I'll make this project dimensional graphics a little smaller, so you can give some hierarchy onto this page. Acne Studio brand name is the first one on top of the hierarchy, and then your name second, project dimensional graphics third. You don't have to use the 3 different type sizes, but maybe by using 2 different type sizes, make Acne Studio is the biggest size, and your name and the project name could be the secondary smaller size. So Acne Studio brand research is a little short description, but it's okay. As long as you have core values and core content within this short sentences, that will work. And I would mention the frame of those images. I mean, it's not too bad, because you can find this page layout has much more balance by putting the paragraph either mirrored on the opposite side, and the images also mirrored in the opposite side on the diagonal shape, the direction. So it has much more balance into this page. Inspiration page. Okay, this is the freestyling of the mood board style. But what I want to ask you guys, this is for everybody, add each description of each images. Nowadays it's very important you're putting the credit and sources under each image category. It will look much more professional. So please put location of store, or location of the art installation, and from here I cannot really tell which image is actual store design, or which image is actual or non-related store design. It's only like art installation, it's from somewhere else. So please specify what it is, and maybe you can split this page to 2 parts. Number 1 will be the store design, which is precedent research, and number 2 will be the inspiration for your design, or the brand mood image board. It could come from the art installation, or different brand setting, design, styles. So please split this page to 2 or 3 pages depending on the categories. This is the feedback for assignment number 2. Uje did a really diligent job of doing the second assignment of conceptualization. So I can introduce you guys what he did and how he's done with his project. As you see from this number 1 page, he put the Patagonia logo conceptualization in a very simple and a minimal way, which is very great. And there are 3 concepts he made on this number 1 project. Concept 1 is mountain. It might be the skate park or just regular, types of the installation in the outdoor setting. Or he called this as a booth. So people could explore these Patagonia mountains, like use as a social media opportunity or just a pop-up event style. So as you see, his drawing of concept is done really nice way because it shows perspective drawing on the left side and the front view and top view as well. It'll be great if you could show sideways, but it will be very similar to this top view. It's just layers of the flat panels. I'm not sure what kind of material Uje will use, but I'm looking forward to seeing your ideas, Uje. His inspiration of this concept came from this mountain and this domino game modular systems. So next concept is the rock climbing. So this could be set in the rock climbing facility, and this Patagonia brand could use this the facility or the pop-up event for their marketing method. So by putting this dimensionalized Patagonia logo in a split way, this is very clever. Without putting too much of effort, you can actually advertise your brand in a really effective way. So I find this second concept is very clever, and it's cost effective and time effective as well, because you don't have to build entire facility within the rock climbing facility. Just by using their existing this facility, the walls, rock climbing walls, then you can just easily put the Patagonia logo as just one of those rocks. Inspiration came from the rock climbing facility. So number 3 concept Uje made was the snow sliding unit. He called this as a booth, but I'm not sure if it's right term to use. I would say this is just pop-up event. So he tried to sell and advertise this brand is in the winter time and from the mountains, and you can just use the snow sledding shape. And I'm not quite sure by reading your description how you're gonna put the Patagonia logo or anything like that. Maybe you just set this third concept as an option. My favorite will be the concept 2. Concept 1 is also really nicely done. You already put some effort in making the sketches in perspective and front and top view. So I would make 2 sketch mock-ups of this of concept 1 and concept 2. I could also recommend you use the foam core, especially this the mounting the layers could be the cutout and the layers of the foam core panels. You can also print out this gray shade, or you can paint with the brush, or even you can use your initial the drawing here, sketches, like color pencil here. You can even like print out this, enlarge it scale to make your sketching mock-up. It'll be much more attractive and realistic if you use your painted and brush stroke lined the panel texture for your sketch mock-up. And second concept, you might use foam core as one side of the rock climbing facility shape, and then the cutout letter could be printed out with the cutout and the 2D, and then maybe you can cut thick foam core, or I would recommend using the double layered mat board, or you can even use the balsa wood. I already have the link in the Brightspace. You can find the balsa wood material from Amazon, but I'm not sure, since you're studying from Korea, you can check out the art supply store if you can find architecture model making materials named soft wood. So you can print out those logos. Each individual letters could be cut on top of the soft wood, so you can cut the shapes. Or for the finer model making, you can find the laser cut place or printer service. You can even cut the dimensional letters from those services. I hope you guys make or come up with the really interesting and fun ideas. So hope to see you guys ideas in the next week.